Nina, why are you still single? I literally also just did not have to date. Are you able to show up for them? Are you able to show up for yourself? I feel like we have become a pretty nonchalant generation. People underestimate dating is work. Like, you have to put in the work for things to work. Dating is like an exam. It's hard. And then you go and say,
actually, I'm not ready.
That is
Diabolical.
Hello my friends, it's Nina. It is 1 a.m. I am jet lagged, I'm on my period, and I am single. Still. That's never changed. I've been single all my life. 27 years single and counting. But for this video, I'm going to be talking about why it's actually good to be single. This is not a joke. I actually really like being single. And you could too. We are bringing back the cozy vibes. It is literally nighttime right now. I feel like I talk better about things at 1 a.m. I feel like I'm more introspective, more full of wisdom at these odd hours. I'm also actually jet lagged. I just came back from Korea a day and a half ago, 2 days ago. So my sleep schedule is very messed up. Something I really wanted to talk about in a video is why it's good to be single. I feel like I'm the expert at this topic, so let's just go ahead. I kind of have an outline of stuff that I want to talk about, but to give you some context, I have never been in a relationship. In a past video of mine, I have said that I also have never dated anyone. Has that changed? I don't know. I still think I haven't dated anyone. I may have gone on a date, but I still haven't full on dated this person, so I still don't know if that counts. But besides that, I've had my fair share of talking stages. I've had, unfortunately, a situationship or two. I will not confirm the number. And I've obviously witnessed people dating, being in relationships. I've had to give advice to a lot of my friends. I've heard a lot of stories from my friends. And so this is just my personal take on why I personally like being single, what I've learned about being single, and honestly at this point from what I've experienced, why it's actually okay and good to be single. So let's just get started. This is not a mic. This is a mirror. I don't really need a mic with the setup, but I like something to hold. I feel more professional. I also have my plushie down here for extra comfort. Let's begin. Oh wait, but before we get started, I do want to give a special shout out to a friend of this channel. They made this video possible, and that lovely friend is YesStyle. Thank you to YesStyle for partnering with me on this video. YesStyle is currently celebrating their 19th anniversary. Happy anniversary. And to celebrate, they are having a mega sale. This means that 30 of YesStyle's top brands products are exceptionally on big sales for 1 week only. This mega sale is from July 1st through July 7th. You can get up to 50% off YesStyle's website from their skincare to beauty categories, but also fashion and lifestyle. YesStyle was kind enough to send me all the products and brands that are going to be on sale, but literally so many of my favorite skincare products, beauty products, even probably some of your favorite products are going to be on sale. Get your favorites, try something new. You cannot miss out on this epic anniversary sale. Let me know if you see any of your favorite products or have any to recommend to me, and if they're still available on the website during the sale. YesStyle also has their own mystery boxes. I got a mystery box as well. There are different kinds, different looks, but I got Petals and Pulse. This mystery box came with this House of Her Moist Ample Blusher. Love these so much. These are liquid blushes with skincare properties. Came with some lip tint. And then we got a face mask. I don't know if these are sold out already, but this is why you need to start shopping ASAP before you miss out. And if you don't know where to start with shopping, here are some of my favorites that are going to be on sale. This is my ultimate favorite sunscreen. Next favorite of mine is the Clio Kill Lash Super Proof Mascara. This is the Extreme Volume one, also on sale. Next up is the McQueen New York Waterproof Pencil Gel Liner. This one is an espresso latte. And next, a few of my favorite lip products are also on sale. We have the Unleashia Oh Happy Day Lip Pencil, and specifically the color that I use is called Bebe or Bebe number 4. And on top of this, you can put on a lip gloss. This one is from Fui, and they have this 3D volumizing gloss. This shade is specifically B01 Vanilla. It is the lip gloss that I have on right now. These are my top 5 products that are included in the sale, but there are so many other products to check out. And of course, YesStyle has provided me a special code that you can use for the sale. You have to act fast because this code is only valid for 72 hours after this video is uploaded. Please get a move on. My special code is YS19Nina, and with this special code you can get 15% off all orders. And again, from when this video is uploaded, you have 72 hours to use this code. So happy shopping. Thank you to YesStyle for partnering with me on this portion of the video, and also happy anniversary. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Where shall we get started? I made an outline, but I always BS what I'm going to say. The first thing that I want to talk about in this video is that being single is is not a flaw to fix. I think a lot of people can have the impression that being single is a bad thing. Even sometimes for me too, I wonder, Nina, why are you still single? But something that I learned is that being single is not a flaw. It is not a bad thing. It is literally just a state of life. I think when we look at being single as a bad thing or it means that you're lacking, then you get the idea that you need to be in a relationship. You need to date. You begin to think that it's something that you have to fix and change. And that is honestly not a great mindset to step into dating or getting into a relationship. When you can get to a point where being single isn't a bad thing, you're no longer in a rush. In fact, you might even come to enjoy it, as I have. This is definitely not to say that I'm against relationships or anti-dating, anti-relationships. I'm definitely not. I actually see the beauty in them. A lot of my friends are in relationships. I have seen happy marriages, relationships, dating experiences, all that. But I've also seen not so happy ones. But at the end of the day, there are benefits to being in a relationship, being with someone, all that. And even for myself, I want to get to that point eventually. I think that when you can see both being in a relationship and being single as good things, both of them, then you're just more patient with yourself. You're more secure with yourself. But it all really comes down to whether you can make being single a good thing. While there are lots of great things about being in a relationship, there are also a lot of great things about being single that I will get to in this video. I have been single for 27 years. Most of those years weren't out of choice. It just happened to be that way, especially in my youth. But eventually when I got older and started to experience date-like things or more intimate connections with people, I still, at the end of the day, prefer to be single. This leads into probably the biggest section of this video, which is you don't have to date just because others are. This is also honestly something I learned pretty recently. I usually used to be the kind of person that was like, oh, just because my friends are dating doesn't mean I have to. But I would still be open to getting into more intimate connections with people. I would try to pursue relationships with people, get into talking stages, get myself involved with others, hoping for a relationship to happen. But something that didn't truly click within me was I literally also just did not have to date. Not that I actually have dated. If anything, I probably went on one date with a friend just because we got a little bit closer. But I still would say that I don't have proper dating experience, but I have also gotten closer with people. So I think I have some say in this. But this is probably a very literal take on this whole thing, but dating is literally draining. Not in a bad way, but they are literally draining. You have to put in effort when it comes to dating. That is something that I learned, and probably something that is common sense, but people underestimate. Dating is work. Like, you have to put in the work for things to work. And something that I had to realize is that I am still not fully able to put in that work. And that's not a bad thing. Could that be improved? Yes. Should I improve that soon? Maybe. But I am very self-aware of the fact that personally, I am not in the place to exert that kind of energy, put in that kind of energy. And so that's why I accepted. I am not really at a point right now where I can date. And I think this is something that people really need to take into account and ask themselves, because I feel like a lot of people, especially in this day and age, are trying to make themselves date when they clearly are not ready. Look, it is okay to not be ready to be in a relationship. It is okay to not be able to date. You have to listen to yourself and ask yourself, are you really able to add another person into your life? Are you able to show up for them? Are you able to show up for yourself? These are the hard, awkward questions you have to ask yourself so that you or the other person involved don't get hurt, because dating is not to be taken lightly. Dating is going to make you confront a lot of things that you probably have never thought about. It's going to make you experience a lot of things that you're probably not used to. You're going to experience emotions, triggers, and you have to kind of be ready to handle the situation. But dating comes with being able to find a middle ground. It comes with compromise, sometimes difficult conversations with your partner or the person involved with you. You are trying to be in a relationship, and so you have to be in a place where you can make things work. And if you're not in that place to make things work, if you're not able to make compromises, if you run away from conflict, if having these difficult conversations makes you so uncomfortable that you can't have them, you literally don't have to have them.
This only applies to people who are currently single. If you're in a relationship, oh my goodness, have the freaking talk. Please communicate. Do not run away. Oh my goodness. For everyone else who is single and not ready to deal with these things, stay single. It's probably for the better for now. Have some time to self-reflect, have some time to grow, and when you feel like you can deal with these responsibilities, go for it.
And when you're single, you can reflect on this. You can work on what you think you're lacking. You can even think about what others might be lacking. People that you've met, what didn't work in the relationship, what didn't work when you were dating. You can have this time to really think about things, all while not hurting others. So just remember, no one is forcing you to date. Or someone could be, but maybe in your case, no one is forcing you to date. You can make the choice. You can be single and it's okay. Being single is not a failure. You're not less mature than your peers or your friends. You're not less attractive, less worthy, less lovable. You just have different timing. Even for me, I'm 27. A lot of my peers, my friends, they're getting married. They have kids now, but I still know that in my own circumstances, in my own life, I am not ready. And while I'm single, I can work on myself to eventually be ready because I would like to be in a relationship, but I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to go into something when I'm clearly not able to handle it, and that's okay.
But also, let's be real, I feel like I could be in a relationship. I just keep meeting the wrong people. If I just find someone I can actually be in a relationship with, I can put in the work. I'm not gonna discredit myself, but oh man, I do not have the patience to deal with something I don't need to be dealing with. Like, hello, I can definitely be in a relationship. I know I'm caring. I know I can love someone. I just need to meet someone who wants to be on the same team as me, and right now that's not happening, so I'm just gonna be single.
If you have some willpower within yourself to go out and date, to make these adjustments in your life, learn along the way, make things work with someone else, that means you are willing to go out and date. And that's what makes a person that is dating different from someone who's single. Different timelines. Someone wants to pursue a relationship, someone doesn't. You cannot really say that there is a good situation or a bad situation. Apples and oranges, they are just different circumstances. And this naturally leads on to the next section. When you are single, you save yourself and others from unnecessary pain. I think people really underestimate the power that dating has, or the power that being intimate with someone has. I feel like we have become a pretty nonchalant generation. I would like to say that I myself am pretty nonchalant. Honestly, I kind of am, but I'm still human. We are all still human. We still have feelings. When you get involved with another person, you are naturally going to experience emotions. You're naturally going to get hurt when things go bad. Whether you tell yourself that it's okay, that you don't care, it still has an effect. And I think the more that people who are not ready for a relationship just allow themselves to be single, the better for the peace of the world. I think people get into things just to feel less lonely, and then they realize that they're not ready to commit, to go further, and then they leave others hurt. That's just how it goes. And while we can't always tell if we're truly not ready or not, there are a lot of us too who just probably need to be a little bit more self-aware and realize that they have the option to opt out of this. Of course, you can be feeling something and then realize later on that you're not ready. That's a natural thing that happens. But when you know, sorry. I just got a little aggressive. But when you know that you're not ready, and then you get into something with someone, tricking them into thinking that you're ready, and then you go and say,
actually, I'm not ready.
that is
Diabolical.
That is not okay. So if you're able to catch yourself early and say, wait, I might not be ready. Is that okay? If you ever ask yourself that question, just remember me. It's okay. You don't have to date. You don't have to get into something you're not ready for. You would be helping yourself, you would be helping the other person involved. Honestly, if you're dating someone or seeing someone and you start to feel not ready, end it as soon as you can. Don't keep dragging it out. We're not perfect. We are not perfect. You might have thought you were ready and then suddenly you get cold feet, or not even suddenly. It could probably take a while and then you realize you're not ready. Just always remember you can end it. Okay? Okay? Just navigate it your own way, but don't take these experiences as failures. In dating, you learn a lot. I have definitely learned a lot, and I haven't even properly dated. Just naturally, when you're going to get involved with others, you have to be a little bit emotionally responsible. Not even emotionally responsible, you just have to be responsible. You're taking care of another person, you're dealing with another person. With getting intimate or involved with someone comes responsibility. And if you are ready for that responsibility, go for it. But if you know within yourself that you're not ready for this, that you can't handle this responsibility, it's okay to be single. Take your time to get ready to love someone. Within that time of being single too, you have all the time in the world to love yourself as well. That is leading on to the next topic in my outline, which is when you are single, you get to find out what you actually want. Being single creates a space for real self-discovery. Without external influence, you really start to notice what you value, what you enjoy, and what you seek. External influences could be your partner, who you're seeing, but it also includes friends, family. When you really have time to yourself, you can think about what really matters to you. Even for me, I'm an introvert and I can't perfectly say that I don't have external influences even if I'm single. And so I try to make time for literally myself, where I tune into my hobbies, I work on things that give me value, whether that's work or passion projects, just things that make me feel like me. I have so much time to explore this and realize I can navigate my life on my own pretty well. After 27 years of being single, I also realized just how capable I am by myself. That is not to say I don't need anyone else in my life. I love having friends, I love my family, I love having people in my life, but I also know that if I am completely by myself, I can still get by. And I really wish that people can get to that point. It takes a lot of time. It's not like I've always perfectly been happy being on my own. There were definitely times where I was like, why am I not in a relationship? Or, oh, my life would be easier if someone else was in it. But fortunately, you also get to a point in life where you just realize how much you can do for yourself. And when you have this time by yourself to accomplish what you want to accomplish, do the things that you want to do, and just take care of yourself, you can show up not only for yourself, but for people around you, and someday for your partner. Being in a relationship should not be about what a person can bring to you. It should be about both that and what you can offer to someone else. It is mutual. Relationship is teamwork. Dating and being in a relationship is not finding that missing piece or missing half. If your personality and values are always shaped by someone else's presence, what happens when they leave? You should have shaped that for yourself. Because another thing that I realized with dating is that it is not always going to work. Because if it always worked, you'd probably be married by now. Everyone would be in a relationship if dating always worked. Dating is not always going to work. That's just common sense. But when you're in a more secure place, you're not super negatively affected when someone leaves, when the relationship doesn't work out. Of course, ending it's going to hurt, but you're still you. You still have what you enjoy. You still have your standards. So if you can get to a point where you enjoy being single, you don't think of being single as a bad thing, you know what to do when you're single, these times won't be as difficult, and you won't have to replace the emptiness with someone else. You'll replace that emptiness, that sadness, with the things that you love. Fill being single with things that you value, things that you enjoy, things that you want to do, or just doing absolutely nothing. Being single can be a good time if you make it a good time. Just like you put effort into dating, put effort into yourself. When you don't tune into yourself like that, when you don't have that kind of time for yourself, things get messy. So please take some time to study, to prepare. Dating is like an exam. It's hard. It's not easy. And so if you can give yourself the time to properly prepare, or at least be a little bit ready, maybe you can wing it, as I sometimes did during an exam. Sometimes I was prepared, sometimes I winged it. Wung it? Whether you prepare or you wing it, figure that out for yourself. But just remember, dating is hard. Dating is an exam. You think exams are easy? For some people they are, but for the most part they're hard. Just remember that. And to basically conclude all this, when you're single, you can build a life that feels full without needing to be filled. You become your own foundation. You can create a life that is meaningful and joyful by yourself, so that any future relationship becomes a bonus. For me, and I'm sure a lot of people, that's literally how I see a relationship. I see it as an extra thing to add to my life. It's not this thing that I need, especially if I've been single for 27 years. I have actually had to learn how to do things by myself, and I've done so many things by myself. I've traveled by myself. An image that I always have in my brain is when I'm traveling and going on a flight, I always have to lift my carry-on by myself and shove it up there, and it just feels so good. There's something just like nice about it. The fact that, dang, my bone just cracked. My arms are kind of strong. I can do a lot for myself. I mean, there's more things I can do for myself, but that's like the biggest image that I have, especially when you see couples doing things for each other and then I have to do it by myself. But when you're single, you just literally have to do a lot of things for yourself, and then you realize just how capable you are, and it's really just rewarding, and you just want to do more things by yourself and just test what else can I do by myself. But that is to say, life can be enhanced with a relationship when you add someone else to your life. Oh, that can solve a lot of things, especially in my life, to have someone else helping me and being by my side. But at the same time, I can can do that all on my own. You don't necessarily need someone to make your life beautiful. You can already do that for yourself if you allow yourself to. You can take yourself out on dates. You can do things to take care of your health. You can do little silly things that make you happy. And also, when you take the time to build that beautiful life, someone else might be walking by and also want to be in it. And eventually, who knows, the right person will fit into the life that you created for yourself. Not everyone is going to fit into your life, but when that right person comes along, you will feel it. They will fit in somehow, and they will just add a little bit more to your life while you also add to theirs. And that is such a beautiful thing. But if you don't have that person in your life and you are doing this on your own, you got this. Keep doing what you can to take care of yourself, show up for yourself, show up for others, allow whatever love you can into your life. But just remember, you have so much capability within yourself to do what you can for yourself. You just kind of have to be creative and do it for yourself. And I can make a whole other video of things that I like to do when I'm alone. It is an endless list, but to conclude this video, being single is honestly a lot of fun if you can put it into that frame. It really does depend on the framing of it. Also, admittedly, I am an introvert, so I already enjoyed being single or just being alone and on my own. Even without a partner or dating, I just genuinely enjoy being on my own. So I know this isn't always the case for everyone, especially if you're more extroverted and you just love being surrounded by people, but there is beauty in being alone if you are able to find it, if you're able to allow it. And so I hope that this video can at least encourage you to not be afraid of being alone. It's something that doesn't have to be scary. But again, being single, being alone, being on your own, it's a state of life. It's not a result of something that failed. It's a result of something that didn't work. And you'll just have to find another way to make it work if you want to. Being single isn't a flaw, it's a season. It's a state of being that comes and goes, or sometimes it just is constantly here. Oh, I've been single all my life. But whether you're single by choice or by circumstance, just know that you're not lacking anything. You're just living life, honestly. Everyone has a different timeline, different circumstances, different values and needs and wants in their life. Remember that everyone plays the game of life differently. Whether you're single or in a relationship or anything else, when you can finally stop comparing yourself to others and just focus on what you want in your life, you can just live the life that you want without too much external influence. But that is most of what I wanted to talk about in this video and why it's actually good to be single. Being single can be nice, take it from me. Of course, you're going to have bad days, bad seasons. You're going to go through lots of different experiences, learn different things, feel ups and downs, maybe a lot of downs, but hopefully a lot of ups too. But it's all part of life, and being single happens to be part of life as well. So have fun, be safe, be responsible, do your best. But I hope that this video was useful or insightful or helpful to you in any way. This is probably not everything that I want to say in this video, so definitely leave a comment on your thoughts or questions that you have. Let me know what other topics you would like me to talk about as well. I am, after all, your internet's older sister. I am most definitely probably older than a lot of you, and if you're older than me, I'm still your older sister. And that is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see your lovely face in the next one. Goodbye, my friends.